Welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Trails Beyond the Horizon with Kellador. Last time we spoke with Professor Hamilton and Mr. Townsend. This time, and we watched a couple movies. We're going to watch the last movie and finish up the conversations here in Newtown before tripping off the story progression bits. So, let's see what goes on. Oh, are you, by any chance, Erebonians? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. You just have that air about you. Speaking of the Empire, it's where orbital railways as we know them were born. Your network stretches across the entire nation. It's been a dream of mine to travel by train wherever and whenever I want someday. And I guess nothing's stopping me from achieving it now that the political climate's cooling down. All the Republic's railways are managed by Ventos, of Vern Affiliate. They're deeply involved with the Transcontinental Railroad Corporation as well, albeit not quite as much as the Empire's Rhineford Group. In recent years, they've been providing rail cars to the free cities. Come ride with us sometime if you get the chance. We'd love to hear your feedback as Erebonians. Laying it on a little thick, aren't you?
Let's search around.
I've been wanting to tour around Calvert for a while now, but I didn't expect to do it through an actual tour. There are so many different cultures, all inside these same borders, and every one of them is worth a look. My dad's gone to whole other countries to hone his skills, though, so he's probably seen things twice as impressive. Just thinking about it gets me raring to travel abroad. Pronto! But anyway, this is Basel, huh? Just think of all the orbments being sent out to the world from here. And that's not even getting into the contributions they're making to the space program right now. It makes my heart swell a little, having the chance to be here in person. I brought all my kids from my neighborhood along on this tour. They seem to be absolutely beside themselves, much to my delight. Though I must say, the cityscape had even me astonished at first sight when we arrived. But that's neither here nor there. As long as little ones can look back on this fondly, I couldn't ask for anything more. Jed over there had a rather unconventional home life. One thing led to another, and now I'm looking after him. That he could come along and enjoy this trip with his friends brings me no small relief. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. My work's been in a total frenzy ever since Project Startaker was announced. I guess we are a home appliance manufacturer, though, and being a Vern subsidiary means we have a hand in T-phones, too. This could be my chance to beef up my resume. Time for me to buckle down.
Right then.
There's a 4SPG. Recently, there's been a sudden surge in demand for orbital microwave appliances, resulting in a huge stock shortage. On the surface, it seemed like a simple scalping scheme. Something about this is setting off alarm bells in my head. I'd like to consult with the Spriggan who helped me out in the past. Meet me at Vern Plaza. This is the Newtown Bulletin Board. We should check it every so often while we're in town. And would you look at that? We got a request here, too. There's demand for this kind of service in every district from the looks of it. I have mixed feelings about that, honestly. It means the number of cases that fall in the morally gray camp are pervasive here. But it's for that reason we need people like Van who can tackle these people's problems. Definitely seems like there are requests and information we can only pick up using this method. So, this is how they operate. Yeah, I suppose there's a lot we can glean from doing things this way. Honestly, guys, it's not that different from the requests you did as students. Or from the stuff you frequently shoved on Reen for the student council, Toa. Like, seriously. Wow, it's so pretty. This place is totally different from Messeldom. Oh, what's that over there? Let's go take a look, you guys. Hey. I said not to run too far ahead of us, Tony. Jeez, is he ever not a handful? That's rich coming from you, Jed. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Exactly what it sounds like. Who's the one who got so excited for this trip that he couldn't sleep a wink, huh? Hey, how do you know that, you nagging shrew? I am not nagging. Or a shrew. Sheesh. Moving in with Granny Angela hasn't changed you one bit. You guys are always such good pals. Now come on, let's go see what's over there. I really am glad Jen wound up coming along with us, though. And his home situation's sorted out now, too. Hopefully, it gets him looking more on the bright side. Oh, guess I'd never gotten to go on this trip at all if I was still living with my butt wipe of a dad. I really owe Granny Angela for that. And I even got to come with my friends. It's a lot to take in. So this is Basel. I'm happy we all got to come here together. Jed won't admit it, but even he was super excited. Whee! I can't wait for all the places we're gonna see. I don't know. I'm waiting for something incredible.
Please.
That was amazing. Are you Mr. Radad, the manager? We saw your post on the bulletin board. Oh, and you folks are? Sounds like you're here about my request. But I don't see Mr. Arkwright with you. He was the one who came for the hollow core testing last time. Actually, we'll be taking his place today on account of a variety of circumstances. He might not be here in person, but the guy himself gave us the okay to act on his behalf. Really now? Huh? In that case, why don't we get right to the meat of the matter? It was something about people cleaning out your stock of orbital microwaves just like that, right? Can't say I'm all that familiar with the product. Orbital microwaves are state-of-the-art kitchen appliances that have yet to reach mainstream adoption. They heat food quite quickly and easily by irradiating it with high-frequency orbital waves. That does sound pretty convenient. Oh, you bet. They may not be commonplace yet, but mass production lines are nearly ready, and after that, it's only a matter of time before they're widespread. And once they are, every household will be that much more efficient for it. Without said production lines, though, we can currently only carry a limited number at a time, which is why this recent rash of bulk purchasing is causing an inventory shortage. That's no crime, though. Plus, turns a hefty profit, so the store doesn't exactly lose out. The empty shelves are definitely a hassle, though. Could be that they're getting scooped up for resale, too. Something else is nagging at me. You opted to bring this to a Spriggan over the police or guild, right? Right. And for a reason. See, these buying sprees the past few days struck me as awfully organized. We'll get a series of customers purchasing multiple microwaves each, for example. Or a group of them all at once to clean out our stock not a moment after we've replenished it. That is most definitely odd. The scale is inordinately large for simple scalping. It still doesn't break the law or harm any civilians, though. Which is exactly why it's hard to get help from the police or guild. One way or another, the trend is unnatural. I can't shake the sense that ignoring it is a risky move. I know it's selfish to ask over just a gut feeling, but would you be willing to look into this? Well, of course we would. Sudden surge in demand, yep. All right, consider your request accepted. Can't get a read on their intentions here otherwise. Bigger picture might surprise us. Phew. Thanks a million. My hopes are all on you. Just so we have more context, Is this only happening at this location? No. Ours has seen the worst of it, but other mass merchandisers are experiencing the same, too. If they're all connected, that'd make this a pretty coordinated operation. Let's say it is to resell them, though. My big hang-up, then, would be... why now? I haven't heard a peep about microwaves being a sudden craze over the last few days. Perhaps we should speak with other affected stores in that case. Actually, it'd be nice to get a different point of view from that of a retailer. For now, why don't we try asking a manufacturer? A good idea. Moving higher up the supply chain might give us a broader perspective on this. For all we know, something could be happening on their end, too. Well, if you don't mind a suggestion, how about the workshop next to the chapel in the artisanal district? It's involved in orbital microwave development, and the man in charge there is a pal of mine, more or less. Bring my name up, and he should answer just about any question you have. Oh, yeah? Sounds like the best jumping-off point we can hope for. It's settled, then. Let's go see what that artisan has to say about the situation.
I've got your back.
All right.
What, too goody-goody to play hooky?
Let's vamoose.
Vamoose. I see you over there.
Running a search.
I have something to ask you.
The horrible microwave mess. Only natural we'd know about it. After all, more inventory shortages equals more product requests. It's rough going, truth be told. So even the manufacturers are feeling the impact. These bulk purchases must be on an even larger scale than we assumed then. The question is, why would they need to go this far to gather so many? If you don't mind my asking, have your fellow artisans mentioned anything else concerning? I'd like to make sure nothing similar is happening with other products, just to be thorough. Agreed. If there are, in fact, other such cases, we may be able to identify a pattern of sorts. Well, let me think. This could be completely unrelated, but a little incident at our antenna production site does come to mind. Antennas? I suppose they also emit radiation the way orbital microwaves do. Still, it's a fundamentally separate industry with a totally different manufacturer. Either way, I got word of something going down on that end at the same time the microwaves were being bought up. Apparently, they were contacted by someone claiming to represent a foreign trading company. From there, it was inquiry after repeated inquiry on urgent last-minute orders. What's more, they'd never even heard the name of the trading company in question before. So, somebody out there is going to absurd lengths to procure antennas ASAP, which makes the company putting in the requests just as sketchy. Might be good to ask somebody at the antenna manufacturer and see what dots we can connect. Let's go to Vern HQ and have them hook us up then. Let's do that.
No.
What, too goody-goody to play hooky?
Back to Newtown. Vern HQ.
Let's vamoose.
Let's vamoose.
Vern Company stocks are soaring.
Irene and the group explained the situation and asked for the antenna manufacturer's technical officer. That's right. A foreign trading company has been approaching us rather aggressively as of late. What's more, the last-minute nature of their requests puts us in a bit of a bind. So we provisionally supplied them with a set number of antenna components as a sample batch. I see. And have you gotten any requests from them aside from purchase orders? Well, now that you mention it, they did have questions on devising ways to increase orbital wave directivity. Directivity? The degree to which orbital waves are concentrated in a single direction. In standard communications, they are emitted such that the radiation is spread over a wide area. Directivity may be increased, however, in cases of exceptionally high transmission volumes or environments that impede orbital wave passage. Still, if it was just for those purposes, the necessary equipment should already be available. But in this case, they're expressly trying to extract information on creative alternatives, and I think we can guess what for. Oh. Probably a different product. They must be aiming to apply it to something else on their own. That's the impression I'm getting. But in the end, it's only microwaves that were brought up in bulk. In which case, maybe the goal is to increase the microwave's directivity, using those antennas as reference. You mentioned having already provided them with some parts, correct? Do you know who was responsible for the shipments? Sure, or one of them at the very least. We had a deliveryman named Jason transport some parts from the factory for us. Understood. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule for this. Okay, gang. Let's go speak with that deliveryman. He told me he often works in the artisanal district during the day. Might as well stroll our way down the road and see if we can't spot him then. Let's vamoose. Wait a minute. More and more orders for antenna parts have been coming in from foreign trading companies. We recently had a deliveryman named Jason ship some out for us. It's possible he noticed something strange about the recipients. Back to the artisanal district. Bracer
Let's
Guild.
vamoose.
I don't know what to do.
Here we go, and here we go.
Got a second?
Antenna parts. Yeah, I transported some from the factory to the client's pickup location. You said you're looking for a connection between that and the bulk microwave purchases? Right. It seemed like an organized effort, so we thought it best to dig around behind the scenes. Granted, there's still no saying for sure that it's all just a single group at work, but circumstantially, the likelihood's pretty high. Well, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, the binge microwave buyers and those ordering the antenna parts are one and the same. Matter of fact, I've seen trucks carrying those exact microwaves more than once, and they always seem to be heading in the same direction I took the antenna parts. But they do. Yep, been bringing them northwest on the national highway across multiple trips by the looks of it. Couldn't tell you where they're actually storing the things, though. Still, knowing what direction they're being transported gives us a trail to follow. To a point, yeah. With any luck, we might even learn who it is we're up against. I've spotted them hauling their cargo up the northwest highway loads of times by now. Struck me as pretty unusual for your typical vendor. Frankly, I've been wondering about it myself. They must be traveling back and forth on that road pretty frequently in that case. For now, though, let's take a moment to review our findings. All right. We've gathered a decent amount of intel, if nothing else. Yeah, some group or other is buying up every orbital microwave on the market. And on top of that, aiming to increase their directivity using antenna technology. Probably not for anything ethical either, with all this sneaking and weaseling around. If they have to hide their reason for mashing different branches of tech together, I think I see where this is going. We can definitely make some educated guesses on what their objective here is. One in particular sticks out as most probable. Microwaves into weapons or engaging in industrial espionage. I'm going to go with weapons. Emitting powerful orbital waves with high directivity? Doesn't that sound like something you can weaponize? Especially given how rapidly the high frequencies used by microwaves can heat things. A substantial enough output does have the theoretical capacity to kill or injure a person. In fact, it doesn't even require that level of potency to find use as a weapon. At minimum, concentrating orbital wave outputs to a certain degree would allow one to short-circuit an orbment. Good point. That alone would make it pretty darn combat effective. Target an enemy's armaments, vehicles, or comms equipment, and the fight tips way in your favor. The thought of there being technology with that much potential for harm in an everyday appliance unsettles me a little. But it's a sensible hypothesis, for sure. If it's on the money, then we're dealing with some real powder kegs here. Damn, though. This is one twist I didn't see coming. Our client's bad hunch was a blessing in disguise. Otherwise, he might not have put out that 4SPG before the situation got out of control. If there's even the slightest possibility of nefarious activity, then we'll want to gather up some solid evidence. The sooner, the better. Well, our best chance of finding any will be on that highway to the northwest those guys have been using. Right. Let's stake it out, try to catch them in transit. Hop on the National Highway. Choosing this will advance the quest, so be sure to prepare beforehand. Yup. Hop on the National Highway. Yes, that's how many microwaves we've procured. Enough to account for trial and error, even. The issue is what degree of modification we can manage ourselves. It may be necessary to outsource, after all. Now that our go-to workshop in the Empire is gone, we'll have to rely on new channels of... Is that man one of them? I heard the words procured and microwave. Look at us, hitting pay dirt right out of the gate. Can't pick up much of the conversation from here, though. Either way, it's obviously suspect. We'll just have to step in ourselves. Yeah, let's see what he has to say. Excuse me, we'd like to ask you something. Huh? Interlopers. We'll continue this over on your side. Ah, wait. After him, Crow. Gone without a second thought. That's a red flag, 100%. Guy's no stranger to quick getaways. Our earlier hypothesis seems all the more viable now. Let's go after him already. I can use my bike to... That won't be necessary. I'll lend you a hand. And you are... a member of the CID. But please, don't be alarmed. You and I share the same goal here, I wager. Now get inside, quickly. I've seen this man somewhere before. Is he not Hubert, former operative of Erebonia's intelligence division? I heard he defected to the Republic only to be framed by Lecter as a triple agent. My name is Hubert. I'm with the 2nd External Affairs Division of the CID. At the moment, I'm investigating the influx of criminal syndicates and foreign militants into the country. All right. In that case, we'll gladly accept your help. Hey now! You sure about this, Reen? It doesn't seem related to the space program or our being invited here, so there's no need to be overly cagey. Better to work together than drive an unnecessary wedge between us. Right. I do have my reservations about the position we're in, but that's exactly why we should play the long game and cooperate elsewhere, within reason. Thanks for your understanding. Now, let's hurry. Going by the number of parts, we should be able to make enough to run a test operation with each unit. Then, once we get some results, we can use a dummy company for even larger scale procurement. That'll bring us one step closer to Marduk's advanced technology. Or better yet, to the weapon that woman uses, if we play our cards right. As for the prototyping, I have a few engineers in mind who should be up to the task. Stop right there. So, you really are developing illegal arms. Not for long, though, if the guild has something to say about it. We've been looking into your mass purchasing of orbital appliances over in Basel. And it's plain to see that your reasons for it are against the law. We'll be happy to hear the details from you directly. Just as our analyst predicted, you have some nerve pulling this now of all times. It's a crisis management concern we can't afford to overlook. Those weapons! Hold up. Don't tell me you guys are... So you sniffed us out, but that doesn't mean we're going to just hand these over. Whether it's you outsiders or the CID, we won't show any mercy. These men seem like professionals. Don't go easy on them for a second. Right. Uh-huh.
Open fire! That's enough!
Well...
I won't be beaten.
Some arts will really sting.
I won't be beaten.
Earth and wind, huh? Yeah, but I've got a crit right now.
I won't be beaten.
And I don't get the back attack.
Sixfold gales!
But
Count on you, Altino.
I do get that. Well, let's remedy song.
Lend me your ears.
Mostly for CP regen.
Thanks.
Grow.
What you got here, buddy?
Resound! With Azure Strength!
Boost recovery.
Turn him up, Fee!
Displaying details. Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Isn't it, though?
I won't be beaten.
Now, rabbit sword.
Thanks.
I'm in your debt.
Push it to the limit!
Oh, what do you have, Fee? You've got 60.
I won't be beaten.
You're not quite that good. But
I won't be beaten.
Engaging skill.
Ready, set, light him up.
Let it rip! Sweet dreams. Blew the roof off the boost gauge limit!
Oh, that works. And that's a wrap. Still, I knew I'd recognize their style of combat. That can wait. Right now, we need to restrain and interrogate. Wait. Don't let your guard down just yet. Uh-huh. Reinforcements? About time. Sorry, the procurement took longer than expected. More importantly, we'd better pull back. It'll be trouble if any of us get detained. Yeah, I don't mean abandoning some of the parts we've acquired. There's no way around it. Watch out, everyone. They've got grenades. Rikimaru, vanish. Only smoke? But I guess that's its own pain in the ass. They escaped. It's not too late. If we give chase now... No. Let us take it from here. We've already got a trace on them, for the most part. Compared to other cases, this one isn't so urgent that we can't continue to monitor them until a more opportune moment arises. With that in mind, it would be imprudent of us to involve you quasi-diplomats any further. After all, you fulfilled your request. There's no reason not to wash your hands of this affair. Something tells me this is about more than just being mindful of our situation. It's a strangely passive response for the CID. They're not usually one to do things halfway. The space program is presumably their highest operational priority at present. In that context, the fact someone of his standing is solitarily in charge of this case speaks to its low importance. But even that doesn't make it any less unnatural, considering how painstakingly thorough the CID has been up to this point. Not too happy leaving it that, but stick our noses in any further and they just might get chopped off. Yeah, we might need to call it quits here, given our position. For now, let's just stick to the request and check all the goods they bought up. With that, Reen and company examined the cargo left behind by the mysterious group. As expected, the orbital microwaves and antenna components in question were among them. At the same time, they also found documentation that supported their hypothesis. Understood. So, the influx of armed militants from abroad is roughly as anticipated. Regardless, so long as it has little direct influence on the project, we will maintain our policy of keeping checks and seizures to a minimum. Just as you did today. I don't see how any of this connects to the space program to begin with. But I'm sick and tired of being saddled with nothing but petty brush fires. Incidentally, one of the Thor's members you aided in this case once belonged to the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division. While it's surely been some time since you last met, I trust there were no complications. Well, what's that supposed to imply? I'd never leak intel over to them. Besides, I hadn't even heard a word about that girl being part of their group. Because you weren't notified. As one not directly involved in the project, you've hardly any need to know the finer details on them. So what? You let me run into those guys as a test? Damn it. Still toying with me, same as always. In any case, your assignment in Basel is done. Your next will be simple intelligence gathering in Edith. Go about it with leisure, if you would. Roger that. I'll make my way over. So, they were being repurposed as weapons. It's a little hard to swallow. We were just as flabbergasted, to be fair. Going by the documents recovered on site, there's no room for doubt. Plans for the procurement of pulse weaponry at minimum expenditure via the conversion of shortwave oscillators in culinary appliances. As predicted, they intended on using short, focused wavelengths to burn out circuitry, and perhaps even as anti-personnel weapons in the future. They were definitely Jaegers, too, going by their gear. But in that case, developing weapons themselves feels a little off-brand. Probably has something to do with the Black Workshop going under. Right, and the Marduk Company may have been a heavy influence, too. From what it seemed, part of their plans included personally negotiating with multiple engineers to finalize their technology. At any rate, CID will be working to track them, so I doubt they'll be skulking around Basel again from here on. Plus, while it may not have been all of them, we did manage to recover some of the microwaves they hoarded. Once again, thank you so much. The situation amounted to more than I imagined. Just no telling, though, what slippery slope weaponizing household appliances might lead to. Any piece of tech runs the risk of being misused. This whole mess is a grim reminder of that. Agreed. The issue will only intensify, too, as consumer ordnance become more and more sophisticated. That's partly why we at the Verne Company didn't join the tech union at first. Looking back, I can't help but feel how spot on that foresight was. Either way, now we know what the bulk microwave buying was really about. And as long as it doesn't happen again anytime soon, Basel's businesses can rest easy for a while. Right. I'm a little disappointed we couldn't uncover the entire story behind all this, but it's thanks to you following your gut so promptly that we were able to nip it in the bud. To level with you, I thought I was being overly paranoid at first, but it turns out putting that 4SPG up early on was the right call in the end. Still, with militants operating behind the scenes like that, the circumstances are anything but simple. We'll have to be extra careful about where we step.
Looks like our work here is done.
Mira for our efforts.
Okay. Making weapons out of microwaves. Of all the spine-chilling ideas. This whole mess only reminds me what dangers like these are. That dangers like these are just part of the package when it comes to technological innovation. I guess that makes organizations like the Tech Union all the more essential going forward.
Welcome.
Mer?
Thank you very much.
No, I want...
Please, take your time.
I don't think it was available here.
Have your eye on anything in particular? Thank
Nope.
you very much.
What do we got? I did cook that stuff. Although, given where everybody's at,
So tasty.
let's do that. Blissful Kirschtorte.
So tasty.
That was delicious.
Well, that is kind of the idea.
So tasty.
Hey, strength +6. That's nice. Ginger lemonade. You don't say. Maximum energy drink.
We
10
earned
4SPG cases closed.
We earned it.
All right. That's cool. I had a thought. I don't remember what my thought was. Drat.
Have your eye on anything in
Nope.
particular?
But,
Thank you very much.
let's go to the artisanal district, to the workshop.
Let's make our way over.
Do whatever you want, for all I care.
Remove that
Let's tune her
burn.
up.
Have an evade 2.
That's a single element slot, man.
It is, but bear with me. We have a fear 2.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
We have a decoy. We have an EP cut 2.
Let me handle this.
Remove that. Remove that. That's an HP 2.
Let me.
Seal 2,
Do
rot
whatever you
2.
want, for all I care.
And now, a news break.
Trade. I don't have the U material plus. Never mind then. Okay.
Come again.
That means
Do whatever you want, for all I care.
we need to put this stuff back.
Change.
What do you have? You have just 4 and 2, huh? Flare boost isn't gonna work. Mind breaker isn't really gonna work. Okay, well,
Let's tune her up. That's a single element slot, man. Shard skills remixed.
that was a freeze.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Let me handle this.
Let's tune her up.
Wait. That had to be another mirage.
Shard skills remixed.
What do you have? That needs to be a fire.
Shard skills.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Yes. What do you have here? I mean, Swordbreaker's not bad. Only thing we're really close to. Might as well give you fear.
Let me handle this.
You need... Yes.
Skill set update.
Also fear, because you need Executioner. Let's go with... Let's see if we can't get to Spirit Breaker. And water. Sure.
New skill unearthed.
Do whatever you want, for all I care.
For all you care, huh? Avenging Arts. Sure, why not?
Skills changed.
Okay. Back to Newtown.
Let's make tracks.
Anybody else to talk to? Just the one up there. In and up. And away we go. I take it this is the motor pavilion. You know, we're in the Republic when we're surrounded by so many state-of-the-art orbital vehicles. Indeed, there is certainly a greater variety than back in the Empire. The big four manufacturers are constantly pushing the boundaries as they compete for market share. I heard that their momentum has even caught up with the orbital bikes that were developed in the Empire. I don't know whether to be happy or frustrated. Better tech is better tech, am I right? It's not like the Empire's got a monopoly. And knowing George and Jellica, this is just more wind in their sails. I suppose you're right. I just feel conflicted since I helped develop the orbital bikes and all. I can relate. At least Alyssa seems happy about the whole thing. What do you say we take a look around? Damn. Is this Ingert's new sports car? Talk about performance. No kidding. Its silhouette looks like something from the future. The Etwas limo, huh? Has a luxurious quality to it. Kind of looks like an RF model, though. They're both targeting the same rich demographics, right? Makes sense their design would be similar. I heard sitting in one makes you feel like royalty. What I wouldn't give to get behind the wheel. Crow, look. That has to be the famous Z1 car that everybody's been talking about. Wait, seriously? I've seen it in a couple of races, but man, it rides right on the ground, don't it? You can tell at a glance it's got a need for speed. It's so refined in every way. They sound like Van. He's a big fan of these too, isn't he? The two of them are already adults. They ought to act their age.
That's simply the way men are.
You got that right. No man should have to lose their childlike wonder.
Hey, Gotti. And Prince Sherid. Huh? Prince Sherid? And Director Gotti, too. Oh, you're the Prince of Elsheim. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you gotta be that famous director. I've seen you in magazines.
I'm honored you know me.
The pleasure is all mine. It's a privilege to meet the Empire's heroes. Ever since I heard tales about you from Prince Olivert, I knew I had to make your acquaintances.
You two know each other. It really is an honor. I had no idea you would be in Basel. Don't tell me you've got the presidential aide acting as your personal tour guide.
It's perfectly appropriate, I assure you. The prince is an esteemed guest and a major shareholder in the Verne Company, not to mention his involvement in this enterprise.
I'm simply here to conduct a friendly inspection of our Republican and Imperial allies. I've actually only just arrived after meeting up with the director in the capital. Prince Sherid, I get. But why is Gotti here too? Why else? I'm in talks with the presidential office to make the space program into a feature film. It hasn't been easy, seeing how they're keeping everything confidential. So I ended up coming all the way over here for an interview. Isn't it crazy how the Republic and Empire, once at odds, are now collaborating to make history? A clash of prides, a battle between the leaders in robotic technology. There's thrill, suspense, drama. I can already see the opening scene playing out in my head. If only Major Amelia would agree to a steamy photo shoot. Oh, Director Gotti, your passion truly fuels the industry of cinema. I cannot allow something like that to be produced without a thorough analysis of every element to ensure nothing is overly untoward. Come on, Kincaid. You'll let it slide, right? We're buddies, right? Even if he is a big-name director, isn't it unheard of for a civilian to have access to a military exercise? I'm having trouble understanding just what the Republic and CID are after. Yeah, because they're trying to keep it under wraps. In any case, I hope you'll take this time to prepare. We're hoping this afternoon will be meaningful in more ways than one. Right. We'll be sure to. Connection events are now available. Hey! Oops, it's almost 11:30.
Greetings. I'm just reaching out to make sure everything's in order. You do like to keep yourselves busy, don't you?
Yep, we do. Though the types of issues we're dealing with here are pretty different compared to the Empire. It's been an interesting learning experience, tackling things in the way your friend does. Oh, dear. I hope that a young hero, no, an upright young man like yourself, doesn't fall prey to unsavory influences by dabbling in his line of work. Though, perhaps I needn't worry, seeing as your light-minded companion hasn't yet dragged you off the straight and narrow with him. You better cut the slander, my guy, or I'll see you in court. It isn't slander when the statement is accurate, though. I bet Alyssa and Machias will be willing to testify to you being a bad influence. What? Oh, come on. I'm harmless. Worst I've done is invite him to a strip. Oh, crap. Crow! There's no digging yourself out of that one. So, are your people finished with the preparations? Indeed, we are. Give me a call once you're ready, and we'll send someone to escort you to the proving ground straight away. There's no particular hurry, so you're welcome to take your time. Understood. We'll see you soon. Not like we'll be fighting out of our mechs, but don't think it'd hurt to double-check our Zypha setups. Yeah, good thinking. Once we're all set, let's get in touch with him so we can make our way to the proving ground. Head to the proving ground. It's been added to the travel menu. Well, but first, we gotta catch that other movie. And then
Goody to play hooky?
we've got to do some connection events. First of which, of course, will be the orbital test drive. Because we've got to get Toa. Welcome to the Motor Pavilion. You bunch strike me as car enthusiasts, am I right? Here, you can view the newest models from Calvert's 4 major manufacturers. We frequently hold automotive events and such as well, so keep an eye out and enjoy your visit. As it happens, there's actually a special event on the schedule this very evening. We'll have to get the preparations sorted out soon. All right, and with that, we will bring that to a close, and we will do connection events and a movie next time after finishing talking to everybody here in the Motor Pavilion. Like, subscribe, comment,
All right.
all the usual stuff. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Take care, everyone.